So this is my task 6.1. So this this task is about polymorphism. So basically I follow the steps. The code here won't look exactly the same because part of the task requires you to go back and overwrite what you'd already written. But yeah, basically polymorphism is where you have a reference to a type, so a derived type. So you might have type animal, and then you might have a few different instances of like birds, cats, dogs, and they can all actually be stored as their base type. Yeah, so what it's useful for is basically, for example, like you might have a list of various different types that all have a common method, and maybe you want to run through that list, and basically you can store them all as their base type if it contains the definition for the method, and you can run through like that. So this one's kind of hard to sort of talk about because the task require you to delete what you've previously done. But I have the code here. So basically, like what I was talking about before, you can have a list of birds, and ducks can be birds, penguins are birds. They're both derived from bird, and they can all be added to that bird list. And then yeah, you can call their like string function. So we had was it covariance, was it? Yeah. Yeah, so you can have like a derived type, and go like sort of up the hierarchy to closer to the base type. So you use the IEnumerable interface, and then you could have it's like a list of ducks, and then you basically bring them up into a collection of type bird, and then you can basically add that to a pre-existing list. Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about with this one, but the second part, the report, I created a UML diagram of this data here. So basically, it's a public class animal, and it has a public method in it. So the plus indicates it's public and it's type void. Cat's derived from animal. It also has the same setup with the public greeting of type void. Dog as well, and then it also has another like overload of the greeting if you provide a reference to a dog. And big dog is derived from dog, very similar, all public, and it's just like that there. So basically, the second part, what are the problems going to be? So the program will error at first because you cannot create an instance of an abstract class. So where is it? animal. Forgot where the code is exactly in there. Animal 4. Here. So this part will fail because you cannot have an instance of a abstract class. Yes, so animal 2 is actually a dog, and you cannot cast that to cat because dog is not derived from cat. Basically, sort of like, it's not a parent-child relationship. It's sort of like more like siblings, and you cannot cast between them. Yep, so with this greeting and greeting, you'll just get what's in their actual in the class code. I haven't got it there. But yeah, you'll get what's in their class code. So a cat will meow, dog will woof, big dog will woo, and the reason it's not calling these is because of the parameters provided, the arguments. So it's not when it overloads, it doesn't choose this one. It stays with the original because of the arguments provided. Yeah, so these will be the same as before because they all override except for big dog. But because this is an abstract class, big dog will still override, even though this is just hiding. Sorry. So this one overrides anyway, so that doesn't matter. It would only be if you provided the reference, so it will just call as normal as before. Yep, so in the next sort of part of the code, around this section, so dog2 is a instance of dog, and it's also referenced as dog. Dog3 is an instance of big dog, and it's referenced as type dog. Big dog 2 is an instance of big dog as referenced as big dog. So the output of this is that the dog will call the dog overloaded greeting method, because they all call that overloaded method actually, and the reason for that is because we've provided a reference of dog, so based on the arguments provided, it will call the second method in each one. The exception is with dog 3, and the reason is because big dog actually hides for the overloaded method. When you provide a reference to dog, it actually hides rather than overrides, and that means that it will call the method that's provided and whatever its references. So it will actually call the dog method of greeting. So for dog 2 we'll get wolf, dog 3 will also get wolf, and then because big dog 2 is actually of type big dog, we will also get we'll get like this woo and woo as well. Sorry, woo. So yeah, the output will be like this. So yeah, this one is because the method is hidden. This is because it's a reference of its same type. And it's just based on the argument provided that it's choosing the second method in each one. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one.